Well, good evening and welcome to Jen Cares powered by Chosen Counselors. I'm your host, Jen Cares, and the founder of Chosen Counselors, a nonprofit organization that seeks to inspire, motivate, empower, and strengthen individuals and families. Whew. So first, special thanks to the ladies from last week, Tiffany, Kat, and Kelly, as we had Girl, Let's Talk. I hope that you enjoyed that chat. It was pretty good. So last week, I shared about if we would have like an empowerment event. So make sure you stay to the end because I got some news for you. It's good. Okay. I also joked about National Spouse Day last week. So I did a little Dear Future Husband piece, and I wanted to bring that back today. So Dear Future Husband, please, oh please, do not be like Chris from Married at First Sight season 12. Anybody seen that show, Married at First Sight? Chris is a mess. A whole mess. So please, whoever you are, do not be like him. Let me know in the comments if you watch that show. It's a lot going on. But tonight, we're going to get into our show. It's going to be good. I've got some good questions. We're going to put them on a hot seat a little bit, but not too much pressure, just a little bit, because they're the brothers, and they're going to give me, baby sister, some advice on tonight as it relates to finding love where we are. I always, want to know what's going through Mel's mind, and I don't know, so they're going to let us know, okay? I worked with Todd and Carlow in the past, and a moment that stands out to me about them is recently we were talking about Jen Cares. Well, they were telling me about Jen Cares, and I was like, what? Y'all watch? And they were really encouraging me to keep on going. I was like, I'm going to take a break in January. They're like, no, you can't stop. You got to keep it going. And we got to talk about some of the things that we're going to talk about tonight, and I said, well, I'm going to have to bring y'all on. And they said yes. And for that, I am truly grateful. So help me welcome Todd and Carlow as we have our bruh segment.
Yo.
Switcheroo. Good evening.
Yeah, what's going on? Jen, what's going on?
I don't have no complaints because this is about to be good. I got a lot of different questions. Y'all ready for it?
Oh, what you got? Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
So we're not pulling no punches. Our quote of the day, we're going to start with, says, the biggest coward of a man is to awaken the love of a woman without the intention of loving her. Bob Marley. Again, the biggest coward of a man is to awaken the love of a woman without the intention of loving her. What are your thoughts on that?
I completely agree.
Okay.
Go ahead, Todd. Go ahead, Todd. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Whoever wants to
go. I didn't mean to jump in before he was about to say something, but the reason why I say I completely agree, because let's trust me, I ruined enough of my relationships in the past to agree with that subject. As a man, as you get older and, you start to know what you're looking for, you start to, get in tune with your feelings and whatnot, you know what I mean? So you really start to look to embrace a woman, look to love a woman, and hopefully that woman can love you back, equally. So I got to agree with that.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty. Todd, what are you saying? Now, don't be the devil's advocate. I'm teasing.
I can agree somewhat, like you said. But I won't consider that being a coward, though.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But no, I can, agree to what Bob Marley was saying.
Okay, so if the guy intentionally awakened the love.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what he's supposed to do, right?
Oh, okay. He's supposed to awaken the love.
Well, sometimes. Well, if hey, listen, excuse me, sweetheart, this is just a date thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We just going out, or we just friends. Lay it out on the line so that both parties know what it is. Mm-hmm. Make
the lines. You want to make the lines clear. Okay. You definitely want to let, especially as you get older, because once you get older, you you definitely know what you want. Well, for men, you know, you definitely know as you get older. Well, certain age, you know, become mature. You know what you want, and sometimes some brothers get tired of the same stuff. So
yeah, get tired of playing the games.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing that there's a difference when you're young and trying to be in love, and when you're older, a little bit more mature.
Absolutely.
Oh no! Listen, when you're young, you don't know nothing about love. When you're young,
okay,
everything's about infatuation. You know what I mean? You just, you know, oh yeah, I just want to, I'm gonna bag that girl right there. You know, go out, blah, blah. You know, that's it.
But everybody reaches a different type of maturity, because you still got older. You got older guys that still had a young mentality, still want to, play the street, still want to do what they do, still want to hurt feelings, and then, karma sets in, and then you figure out like that, well, all this bad stuff keep happening to but everybody reaches different. Like when you're young, my dad always told me when I was young, he like, look, man, play, have a good time, don't try to hurt nobody's feelings, but learn what you want, because when you're young, you don't know what you want. You know what you see. You may think you want it, but as you get older, your different level of a woman that you want to see, it changes. It changes because you might think you want this type of woman, then you get older, you're like, I want that type of woman. I want that.
Yeah.
You confused. So
and to touch on that, what Todd said, when you're young, you go for the looks. You know what I mean? You go for the body, she can do this, she can do that. But when you get older, you just want a woman that's going to love you, take care of you, that's going to be in your corner, that's going to support you, cook, clean.
Are you going to cook and clean too, Carlow?
Listen, I can't cook, but I can clean.
Okay. And it's all about being honest.
I'll burn out. You let me cook, I'm burning the house down. Completely down.
Thank you for your honesty. Crystal said, I totally agree. Keep it real from the beginning. If it's a date, it's a date. And don't read more into it. Don't read more into it. That's a good one right there.
Yeah. But for women, they always thinking. You know what I'm saying? There's always a thinking a battle with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, keep the lines clear at all times. Listen. But sometimes when you do, sometimes the woman be like, well, what is this? And you be like, well, I told you from the beginning, I just wanted to date. I didn't want nothing more. And as you go, down the line longer, they might think you may change your mind. So you gotta always keep the lines clear. Always let them know what you want, what it is. Because if not, sometimes women go into automatic mode like, well, we've been doing this for like 5 months. I already thought we was in a relationship. You like, what? No.
I've kind of been there though, because there's times where you almost feel like it is a relationship, but it's not a relationship, and then you're trying to clarify. And it's like, well, wait a minute, we do enjoy some of these things, the perks of the friendship relationship, but
because you get comfortable, you're comfortable, you're in a good space, and then you start seeing yourself like, oh, I can do this. Okay, but it's no discussion.
Yeah, and reading the flags. A lot of people do not know how to read those red flags. You know what I mean? They ignore them, or they just I'll let that one slide. Another red flag pop up. I'll let that one slide. Another one pop up. I'll let that one slide. Next thing you know, you're in a bad situation.
I can agree. The younger me, it was like I'll get that gut feeling, and I would see flags, but I'd be like, it might pass, maybe. And it burned me in the long run. I'm like, listen to yourself.
Oh man, younger me, I ran through all those red flags. I was running them like red lights. I'll blow right through them bad boys.
So this is good because so for this month, I also started a 2 questions in a movie. So I'm going to go to the movie first. And the movie that I selected was Acrimony. I watched it actually a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or so, with some friends, a male and a female. They had never seen a movie before. So I was watching the movie, but more so watching their reactions. Because in the film, you saw the film, both of you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dope film.
Okay. So it's about the woman she meets, dates, and marries this guy. He has $1 million idea, yada yada. But we're talking about flags. So when they first met, do you remember how it worked out when they first met?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they first met. They were on campus, and they ran into each other, and she went off on him. Now they both ran into each other. Would you have considered that a flag?
No.
Okay.
No. I got to agree with my man. I wouldn't consider that as a flag.
So as the movie progressed, would you have then be like, maybe she was a little special?
No, because you know what? Majority of women have the type of rude attitude as it is. Well,
wait a minute.
No,
But you say majority. I appreciate it. Okay, keep going.
Not all. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well, let me just say that. I don't want to specify, this is the city of Philadelphia. A lot of women are upset.
Mm-hmm.
Upset. I'm just talking about Philly because I live in Philly.
Okay.
When I go to other cities or other places, it's a different type of atmosphere. You be like, wow, whoa, but I'm just saying, I'm so used to a woman being upset and mean, I don't even see that as a flag.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I want to piggyback
when you ran into her and then boom.
Wait a minute, Ty, you breaking up?
And Ty, your internet doesn't agree with you, Todd.
It's also interesting because he's saying because he's from Philly and from his experience with women, that wasn't a flag. That was like a normal thing. So that's interesting to hear of what like your normal or abnormal would be.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Going back to the movie, when they were young, and of course, when you're young, you in school, you're gonna do things, you're gonna say things. I wouldn't say that you would regret, but that you can chalk it up as being young. But as you get older, and some of the things that I have experienced, especially when dating when you're older, a lot of the women that you run into, 40 and up or above, however you want to say it, a lot of them have been hurt. A lot of them have been, assaulted, they've been abused. So you got to really deal with those walls, some of those issues. But, when you're younger, and that's I think how the movie was portraying it. When they were young, she was able to pass by. She was able to let some of the things slide, especially when he got caught cheating. But you know what I mean. She listened to her sisters. She was jaded, and we see how that worked out. And when he came into his fortune, blah blah blah, and then the rest was history. But just to jump on that, I mean, dating when you're older, I think is a lot more difficult than dating when you're younger, and even the marriage thing. Like Todd said, you get comfortable. You may start taking advantage of one another, and you may start to forget how to love. So.
That's good. Sherry said she was calmed by his love until he cheated. In the beginning, yes, when she ran into that truck, when she ran her truck into his trailer.
Yeah, but then also remember, she had someone when he first met her. You know what I mean? She was in a relationship when he first met her, if I remember.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
But she forgave them though.
Until it blew up and it wasn't good anymore. And then he came into his fortune, and she didn't want nothing to do with him anymore because she didn't think it was going to happen. It finally did happen. So let's talk about that. Not giving up on your significant other or your friends and things like that sort when they're trying this pipe dream, but not really a pipe dream, but it can appear as a pipe dream. What's the process for that to be of support? Was she a good example for that?
Yeah, she was very supportive. very. And a good thing that she didn't let like her family interfere with their relationship, even though in the back of the end she was tired. She was tired of it, and busting her behind us to make, you know what I mean, things. She believed in him. You know what I'm saying? And one big thing that will split up a relationship also is family. Other people that's on the outside
chatter.
Just talking, and she wasn't letting that, she wasn't letting that happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think, like, towards the end of the movie, he paid it like him. You know what I'm saying? I know how it was. You know what I'm saying? You was there for me. Here you go. Boom.
Yes. He did do a good job. Even when it went to court, the judge was like, "But he did this, and he didn't have to." Oh, he made it.
Yeah. I mean, the outside chatter can be corrosive to a relationship and or a marriage. So you definitely want to keep it in house,
especially if she's influenced by it. You know, because you always have somebody that's not in a relationship telling you how it should go,
or that's in a miserable relationship.
Yeah.
So two things you said that was really good. The one I want to talk about, the challenges of dating someone when older, everything that they've been through. It's like all men are dogs, because their experience with men is that they were dogs, or whatever it was for them, or they were hurt, they were abused, they was misused, whatever. And now you being a good guy coming along and saying, all right, I love you, I'm there for you. But because they have so many walls or so much baggage from previous relationships, what from your experiences or your words of wisdom to a younger sister, what's the way to kind of, what should I do if I was in that situation before trying to get in a relationship with somebody else?
For a sister, I would say, I want to say keep your guard up, but stay aware. You know what I mean? Stay aware. Look at the flag. Look at the habits. You know what I mean? Pay attention to what he say, what he do. For a brother, I would say, if you really like that woman, if you really care about that woman, you really love that woman, stay in there, because eventually that wall will come down.
God bless you.
But it's if you're going to put in 100, you expect to get 100. So it's a give and take. It's a give and take.
Okay.
Well, I just it's always hard to bring down somebody's wall, because the first thing you got to do when you want to, you got to gain her trust. You got to be consistent at what you stand, and whatever you say, do. Women pick up on that fast. If you say you're gonna do something and you don't do it, then that's a flag. Because you automatically a liar already, because you said you was gonna do it. You're a man, you didn't do it. That's the first thing. You gotta gain their trust. And then you gotta let them feel comfortable, because they done heard every game in the book. Everybody said they gonna do this. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm different from this. I'm different from. You gotta show her. You gotta show her. You gotta show her that you're different, and you gotta be consistent. You can't come in and just automatically think she's gonna tear down the wall because you said you're gonna take her out to Red Lobster or something. She done heard that.
Okay.
And like I said, if you be a man, be a man. Make the tough decisions. But speak your mind. Don't be petty. The one thing I even have friends who are super petty. As men, I'd be like, oh my God, dog, how can you be so argumentative? And you supposed to be a man. A man's supposed to say what he gonna say, do what he gonna do, and it's over with. It's done. And no more arguments, no nothing. I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Man. It is what it is.
Now you got, on the flip side, you do got some women that when they do have somebody that's good, they always find a way to sabotage. Or they like
self-sabotage, or
they like to use the issues that they've been through as a crutch of why they're acting like that. And that's not fair also to the man, because if I'm in there and I'm showing you trust and I'm doing X, Y, and Z and you give me your behind the kiss, like, come on. Like how we gonna keep this honest if you doing this or that? You know, some women have been hurt so bad that they don't even know a good man when they're in your face. That's hard.
It is. It is. You know? And some men don't know a good woman either. Just saying, I'm not gonna let us be out there by ourselves, sisters.
Yeah. No, I'm saying facts, but right. I say it like that because you never hear a man say, "Well, I got my wall up." You know, that's more of a a female, believing in that. So, but. If you, like I said, my father always told me, if you want that woman, you're gonna go to the end of anything to get it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody you don't care about, you're just gonna be like, all right, whatever. Oh well.
And that does happen. Carlow, I like that you said about being aware and still having your guard up, because you don't want to be too free and then you really do get your heart broken or feelings hurt and things of that sort. So being aware, but until you feel or that trust has been built to be able to move forward.
Yeah.
A piece you said too, Todd, was about a father being around. Sometimes a father not being around to have that role model can sometimes cause that lapse.
Absolutely. Abandonment issues. Absolutely. Yeah. It's a lot of women that's dealing with that, because they never sat down, got the root of their problem, and they've been just jumping from men to men to men to men. And then when they really get that good one, it's like, oh, what's wrong with
you? Yeah. Like they're always searching for something.
Yeah. You're always looking for something that's been missing. So, and it's hard.
Okay. So. Crystal said, a woman should never get into a new relationship until she is healed from a past relationship. You can't bring old baggage into a new relationship. I think that's good. Yeah. I think we also want to be at least aware that we have baggage, because sometimes you'll go into a relationship, and it's like, what's something wrong with them? No, after a while, maybe there's something wrong with you. So finding out what that is.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is learning forgiveness, and this is not for it's not for them, it's for you. You gotta learn to move on, forgive them, and put it like, listen, it's just a learned experience. Now I'm moving on to bigger and better. Now I'm looking for this and that. So,
I'm gonna do a couple more of these comments because they're in here today. Charmaine said, outside chatter is sometimes dangerous. And we talked about that, of how sometimes people on the outside are trying to have conversations and give you feedback. And it's funny because I can look at some posts on Facebook and just be like, all right, they're having some trouble in paradise, because they go from posting everything to posting nothing or different things. And it's best sometimes if you kind of keep it out of the air, because the air contaminates it. So speak on that a little bit, of knowing who to talk to, how much to share when talking to someone, and knowing when to keep your mouth shut.
Always. Listen, whatever stays in house stays in house. You shouldn't be first of all, social media is the wrong place to air any business. And I done seen many people they get upset that they made, or they'll sound like a jab through, like, yeah, well, I ain't doing this no more. Like, come on, keep that in house, sell it in there. Like that gets goofy and corny. Like when you're on Facebook, but you rather tell strangers your problems, but not tell the person you in a relationship with what's going on and how to rectify it. That's always been corny to me. Like, don't do that. Like, that's weak.
I mean, who I have, or I've always confided in my relationship was, at first it was my grandmother. When my grandmother passed, it transitioned to my mother, or my best friend, and my god sister, because they are in long-term relationships. And my grandmother was married for almost, I would say 40, 50 years. So, I always looked to them for that wisdom. Single people, nah, unless there was a single person who had been through enough turmoil and upside downs and heartbreak, then if they got some good wisdom, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because like I said before earlier in the show, I've destroyed enough of my relationships to know what I have done, and things that I was lacking.
Okay.
To know what I bring to the table now. So
I know with me, when my father was still living, I used to give him scenarios. I never told him it was me.
Okay.
I'll say, I got a friend, that X, Y, Z. What do you think he should do? Like, he always knew it was me, but I just I never
he ain't put you out there.
Yeah, I used to and I learned from that, because even my sisters, when they used to just badmouth their boyfriends, and then they bring them to dinner. Now everybody got the smack face looking at them like, well, what you the boy? I used to tell my sisters, don't ever do that. Don't tell people your business, because you're gonna make up the next day, and then you're gonna bring them around like nothing happened. But everybody think about that last incident, what happened. So now they look at me and it's the guy that did X, Y,
Z. Sideways, yeah.
And not the brothers at the table. Y'all ready to pop upside his head?
Listen, ready to go to war. But that's why you got to keep this stuff in house. You can't tell everybody. First of all, that's why they got professionals. You don't talk to nobody that's not going through nothing. You go to a professional. You want to get counseling, you go to a professional and learn from them.
That's one thing. Us as Black people, a lot of us don't go to professionals, because we have that stigma or that stereotype. Well, I don't need to talk to nobody. I'm not crazy. I don't need to talk to them. Not the case. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes you may need to talk to someone. You may need an outside counselor, or that one person to help you get your things in order, help you get your mind in order. So.
Right. I'm in the business of normalizing it, so please know therapy is good and it works.
Yes, we're all here. Yes.
I enjoy that you both have found people of value that you could go to and speak about different things to, or challenges to get some wisdom. I would only just say too that if you found somebody that did have some experience, be careful as well. Use discernment to know whether or not this is somebody of value to tell, because you can tell somebody and they'll give you feedback based on their experience, and it's coded in their misery a little bit. So you can go to them and seek support, and they're like, no, don't do that. And it could be a real good situation, but because of their misery or because of their experience, sometimes they could block that opportunity for you as well. So being careful of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So the question, Sherry said, is why date the same person long-term with conditions if you're still looking for her? Is that fair to the woman going in? Why date the same person long-term with conditions if you're still looking for her? So she's not the one, but you're dating her into her.
That goes back to what I'm saying about comfortability.
Okay.
Because like you said, it's like this is what women say, you want your cake and eat it too. You had this one person that's with you, but you don't see them long term. But you've been in there long term.
Okay.
You good with her because you're comfortable. She knows things about you. She did things X, Y, and Z. But probably it might be it might be this other stuff that they're not good with, and you're like, nah. Well, I'm gonna keep this around till something better come along.
Well,
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You ready? The biggest coward of a man is to awaken the love of a woman without the intention of loving her. Come on.
Well, listen, hold on. Let me say.
Clean it up, Carlow. Clean it up. We need a broom. Clean up.
Listen, because
clean up on the outside.
Because look, you can date someone long term and not I don't get into a relationship with this person, because being with someone or being in someone's companionship is a human nature. As humans, we have to feel, we got to touch. I may not want to do it with someone else, but I'm gonna do it with this person. You know what I mean? Because you still want that companionship, but you just want to be long term with this woman.
Yeah.
But enjoy her company.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Let me go to the comments. Shanika said, "No, it's not fair to either woman." Are you kidding me? The word of the day is coward. Nikita said, "Don't try to clean it up." But this is what I want to say: as it is a little funny, but it's still real. This is what really happens.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship with one person, but this is not the person they want to be with. And sometimes what happens too is communication. Though they're in that situation, they're saying this is not long term. I'm not really trying to marry you. But the girl in her head or the guy in their head, depending which one it is like, oh, I could change him. I could turn it around. And then sometimes those expectations messes up because we think that it will possibly potentially happen. And the guy's like, no, you dropped too many flags on the floor. I'm only staying here until I go to something else. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying this is real and it does happen.
Yeah, listen, you got older. I used to know older adults that used to tolerate themselves because they were so comfortable with being around each other. But they probably loved each other because of the time they spent, but they wasn't together. They didn't sleep in the same room. They were just together because they was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? They've been together for so long. They so used to the same mode. They just boom. You be like, why y'all together? Why y'all live together? Comfortability. They were just comfortable. You know, they didn't feel like starting over or finding somebody else to do X, Y, and Z. It was just like, we just gonna stick it out. Boom.
And it does happen. It's real.
Yeah.
Well, look, let me say that. I mean, listen. You're going out with a woman, y'all going out, y'all having dinner, y'all having a good time. But this is not the woman that you want to be with long term. As long, I would say, or this is what I would tell my son, put all your cards out on the table. Hey, listen, I just want to be friends. I enjoy your company, blase, blah, blase, blah. Going out, if something happened, consenting adults, whatever. If she says, I'm starting to develop feelings for you, you got to end it right there. The yo-yo effect, that to me is being a coward.
Okay.
If you coming back on that yo-yo effect, when you already know how she feels, but yet you still playing. If you could,
you got to keep them lines clear.
I think you're a real good friend. Because I'm going to tell you, women will put it out there to a man in a heartbeart. Just like that. Oh, you in the friend zone. And men don't like to be in the friend zone.
Men don't like it.
And you know it's another thing too. You don't get too comfortable too long and then you pop it up and say, hey, I just still want to be friends. Some women would get upset. Like, what you mean we just friends? We've been humping around, we've been going out of town, we've been doing that. So you got to keep them line, and you got to continue to keep the line clear. You can't just forget about talking and keep doing what you're doing. You got to keep reminding them, listen, we only friends, we only friends, we only friends. Because once you get into that long term, no, we ain't friends.
Okay. So Shanika is saying comfortable and commitment are two different things. So unfortunately, sometimes that comfortable, you're so comfortable, you feel like you are committed because they keep coming around. We are going out of town. We are doing this. We are doing that. So it feels like a relationship. And it's hard because if we're honest, some people aren't always upfront to say this is just a friendship. And that's why they need that male person, that male role model or that female role model, whoever, to like sit down and say, this is different birds and the bees conversation. Let's talk about feelings. Because y'all got the birds and the bees all down pat. But that communication piece, that feelings piece, that, respect piece of knowing the difference between those. Because even friendship and relationship are two different levels.
And that whole saying where, I'm not married, but my wife is. You hear that?
Right. And this happens, you laugh it off, but this is still real. So, it's not like we joking, like saying like, this is funny. No, this is real people lives, not our lives, right? Not our lives.
It's happening now.
Not in your life.
Huh?
Not in your life.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We just talking about other people's experiences that this is happening in real life. So hold on, I want to go back. So Sherry was saying her question stemmed from you saying that if you set it up in the beginning that he isn't looking for a relationship and the lady gets feelings in 5 months, even if he set it up front, Right. So that's it. Keeping that communication open, which is hard because, as Sherry said again, women are different. So if she catches feelings, that's on her. Is that what we're saying?
Well, no. Listen, you can't control feelings. You can't.
Right.
You can't tell your feelings. No. We just gonna go in here and we're gonna pop off and we gonna keep it like that. You can't. That ain't how feelings work. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I said you gotta constantly remind that if that only what you want, you gotta keep reminding that person that this only what it is. Because if you keep, like you said, if you keep on long term and doing certain stuff, somebody's gonna catch feelings. Not saying this you got some guys that's catching feelings quicker than women. You know, and she might say, hey, you already told me this is gonna be a friendship. Why you catching feelings?
And listen, I'm keep it 100. You are not going to be around someone every day, every other day for 5 months and not catch feelings. Yeah. I don't care if you said y'all gonna be cool in the beginning. No, it doesn't work like that. So you're going to catch feelings.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, now if it's you start catching them red flags and be like, oh, I don't know, I can't be in a relationship with this person, but this person is real fun to be around with. Then you know, okay, this is just going to be a friend.
Okay.
And that's why you got to start reading those flags. You got to start reading those flags.
Okay, big brothers, I got another question. So you can ask the guy, are we just friends? Or what is this? Because we want to keep communication open. Is that appropriate to ask the guy?
Yeah, it is.
Gotta help our sisters out because apparently these guys in these streets stringing us along, sis. We gotta make sure again.
And you can't it ain't all the guys, it ain't just the guys. You got some women stringing along too.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
You got women that's married and still doing their thing on the side, but they're not gonna leave their marriage because it's a good thing going.
It's a good thing, yeah.
But they just want something on the side. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all men.
Biscuit on the side.
So it sounds like the sanctity of marriage has really shifted. What used to be me and my spouse till death do us part is now me and my spouse and a couple of others. And that could get messy too if you're not communicating that. If they find out, you get entanglements and things.
Yeah. And they be the ones that catch feelings. The one that's coming in that's already married, and you thinking you just gonna have a little fun and you just gonna like cut it, like, all right, I'm done. I don't want no more. They be the ones that catch feelings.
That's a mess. Right, Crystal, that is a mess. Sherry also said the problem is bringing sex into the picture with friends.
Oh, how can you not? Come on.
Huh? Todd.
Well, I think now let me tell you something. I think that
Todd's talking about his younger days.
I think sex can, to me, I believe that sex can almost turn a tide. You know, if you're friends, and you know your friends, and then you mess around, you have sex. You like, oh man, you know what? This is already my friend. I'm growing to love her. You know what I mean? We done made love, did the thing. It can almost push you into a relationship with that person because you already know what that person is.
Is that healthy all the time now?
That's when it goes downhill.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that okay? That could go downhill. Talk about that.
It could.
I'm just saying, once you cross that line from just being a friend and then you get to a sexual relationship and to say you like it, then the friendship is. Come on, it's all down now. There's no more friends.
No, but it could work out and turn into a long-term relationship.
It could, but it also could go downhill. It's a seesaw.
But we just saying, once that sex get into the picture, that we just friends is just over with now. Now it's like you didn't open up the can now. Like,
or you'd be like, yo, why you been holding out on me for this long? I mean,
so let's talk about this.
I'd have got some earlier.
We went rated our Gen Cares. I'm so sorry, chosen friends. Stay with us. But what happens is this. You're in a relationship with the person. You have sex with the person, relationships with the person. it either goes great or it goes bad. The thing is this: if we were already friend zoned and you're saying it's not going further, just because having that moment doesn't mean that other things are still amazing too. So really identifying what is good for the relationship, if it is good to pursue and go forward, or if it's like, wait a minute, let me take a step back. Because if not, then we get into a coward piece again of leading somebody on and we really don't want to be with them.
That's why you got to communicate. You got to have that talk. You know what I'm saying? Because that talk will clarify. Listen, we just did the thing. I mean, where's this going from here?
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and that's something we have to communicate.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. Women nowadays have taken the aggressor role.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You know, 'cause a woman now would tell you what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They'd be like, "Hey, listen."
A mature woman will. Yeah.
Oh.
They gonna let you know what they want from the gate. Don't waste my listen. I'm not here to waste any time. And if you here to waste this time, come on.
You keep it moving. You keep it pushing.
Keep it going. Yeah.
Okay, so a couple comments. Tracy said, sex complicates things sometimes. Feelings may not be real feelings, but sexual feelings. That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's explosive. You be like, oh, damn.
Why you been holding up?
It works. It don't work. It's a disaster. Exactly. Sometimes it can be a disaster, so you have to be careful. Lions Blank said, if the relationship involves sex, how can you get back to the friendship if the relationship doesn't work out? Is that possible?
If both parties are mature, it can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. If y'all if it's all about communication. Y'all sit down like, listen, this shouldn't happen anymore. We have to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
We gotta stop. After this one last time, we gotta stop.
Okay, so this is the thing too, though. So like the honesty, you want that because this is real life. Yeah. Because that's what the guy could be potentially thinking. Now, if y'all in relationships, y'all got to deal with that when y'all get off this live. So my question next is, what do you define as cheating?
To me, I define cheating as communicating emotionally and physically with another person outside your relationship, period.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what I define it as cheating.
Okay. You agree?
I agree.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Anything, you know, emotionally dealing with somebody else, you know, it could be anything, you know what I mean? Just, you know, just showing somebody more time than your own is cheating. You know.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not a jealous person.
Okay.
So I mean, if my mate had a male friend, you know, I mean, I don't have an issue with that.
Okay.
But talking to him about things that you should be talking to me about, we got an issue. You know what I mean? We got, to me, I would define that as cheating.
All right. So what if they were my friend before, you know, if they were the friend before you came along?
I can't control that.
Things you should be talking to me about, I would define as.
That's what I'm saying.
If you had a male friend before I came along, like, first of all, don't change for me. If that's your male friend, that's your friend.
That's right.
But you know, if he said that's what it is, that's what it is. Until if I find something else that I see you lying about, but I'm not going snooping like, oh, that was your friend, y'all. You didn't tell me, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I mean, male friend that y'all been friends with before I came along, you know, I mean, it's cool. But that male friend that you just developed at work or at the gym, something like that shit. And then you're developing an emotional attachment to this person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to me, that's almost like you're giving up on our relationship.
Well, I'm not gonna go that far because if you work, this is just me. If you work at a job and you say you cool with another, you know, male, and he's not gay, I'm not gonna feel no type of way if you saying that's your friend, but you know the protocols of like when to talk to them, when to do that. Like, you're not gonna be texting 11 o'clock. Like, well, that's my friend. You remember my friend from the. No, we're not gonna do that. and he should know not to do that, especially if you know you got somebody you like, because a real man is not gonna disrespect that. He's not gonna be like, you got to do. Not gonna, I'll talk to you when I talk to you or around you. You know what I'm saying? So
she was
boundaries.
So this is the other question. I was having a conversation with somebody the other week, and the topic came up that females can't be friends with opposite sex and males can't be friends with opposite sex because it's always bound to lead to more. Agree or disagree?
I disagree with that.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree. I have a lot of females.
Disagree.
Yeah, okay. I completely disagree with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because it said sex can make you a part of their life, you join together mentally. Okay. Lions Blank said that male friend that wants more than friendship and acts funny when your mate around. You want to be careful for that one.
Yeah, giving them the side eye.
She nigga said, you better not be texting at 11 p.m. You better not if y'all in a relationship and you in a relationship with somebody else. You mess up your situation.
Hey, Diamond, I'm TikToking.
Yeah, I'm TikToking.
Sure, you TikTok.
Thelma said, I believe if you are married or dating, everybody should know each other.
Yeah.
True.
Because that keeps everything clear. Clearly, this is my friend. This is checking in with. And again, if they are, if for some reason they are texting at 11, it's a dire emergency.
Listen, it better be work. If somebody better jump off a bridge or something.
That's your job. That's not my job. So that's not work for me.
Oh, my bad. I butt dialed you. My bad.
But if you're in a relationship, that's gonna cause some problems, right?
Yeah. Might be some heart pain too.
So I have a question. Sorry, say that again, Todd. There will be some what other?
I said might be some heart pain too.
Might be some heart pain too. Absolutely. So we talked about the piece of a guy being with somebody or anybody being with somebody and they know that or don't feel like that's the person for them to be with. Would you say that that's settling? Or where does settling come in?
Yeah, settling is you you just you just taking whatever. It's not what you want, but you're just selling because maybe you don't want to move on. Maybe you just, you got used to that person, or maybe you think something's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got some people that date somebody and they be like, well, I thought things will get better as we went along, or I was just trying something new and I just got stuck in the situation. Like, no, you should never settle. Never.
It's being in that toxic relationship.
That's
and just and just still in it. You know what I mean? Knowing you should be out of there quick, fast, in a hurry. But that's, to me, that's, settling. Or that's just being with someone who you should not be with, period.
That's good. That's good. Miss Thelma, you have a shout out. Someone is saying, hey, Miss Thelma, you're on a different platform, so I wanted to share that with you. Stacy says settling is comfortability, being comfortable. So you're comfortable. That's why you're settling. So it's like, it's good here. I got my groove here. It's not too tight, not too loose. It's just right. We have to be careful because Sherry said that can be toxic, and knowing how to get out of those situations. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about fatherhood. What's some feedback or support for those that are co-parenting?
Patience.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Oh my God! I really got to show patience on the co-parent.
I'll say respecting and understanding each other's lifestyles and their schedule.
Yeah.
That's real major because I know for me co-parent, it took me a while to respect, understand my kids' mothers, to because just me, I'm a hustler. I'm always gonna get to that dollar. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always working. So it's to the point where it's like, well, when you gonna do X, Y? I'm like, I'm doing this for the kids. And it's like they want to do stuff too. So it's like you gotta respect their time also. So you gotta be like, right, I gotta, make time so she can do what she wanna do and you can still do what you wanna do. So the respect, you got to be respect on both ends.
Okay.
To make it work.
Now, I think to me the hardest part of co-parenting is I would say values. You know what I mean? Because I know the values that I live by in my household.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like I always have to reprogram or deprogram my child when she is here. You know what I mean? Because those the values that her mother have, I may not agree with.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a give and take, or my daughter may be confused sometimes. Say, well, and now she's 6, so now she knows why I can't get away with these things with my dad. I can get away with these things with my, my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the values thing. So I think that's the hardest part. I believe that I have to show more patience myself. So
okay. And I did.
And it hurt. I know, and I know when my daughter, as she got older, it was, me not, not talk. Well, now we talk like constantly every day, but it's an emotional breakdown for them also, because they might see other kids with both of their parents in their house, and as they get older, it's like, wow, why I live in 2 separate houses, and it's like, you got to sit down and talk to them and explain to them. And that's where both of the parents has got to show respect and understanding, because they both got to explain that, hey, things didn't happen well, but we're here for you. So that emotional piece growing up is like really hard, really. Because I didn't know how to deal with it, because I was fortunate to have my mom, my dad, living in the same household. So I couldn't understand what my daughter was going through as, growing up, because I've had both my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So for her to go through something like that and, see the changes and see the emotional breakdown, it was hard. Like, wow, like I understand now. So.
That's good. Okay, another question that I have.
Hey, Todd, can I borrow your dad?
So that's real. Not having a father in your life, you gravitate to others. They can be that father figure. Sometimes we're blessed with good ones, and sometimes we're blessed with some that are just as special.
I mean, see, I was fortunate, I believe. I mean, I didn't have my father growing up, but my son's father was always, he came to all my high school games. You know what I mean? He came to my college game. He was always there and very supportive of me. So I've always had that, that male figure. And then, I had my coaches and stuff like that. I believe I was lucky.
Absolutely. I got a question. Let's talk about ultimatums. Is that a good or bad thing?
Oh, man.
I know we went from
you know what? Listen, dating somebody for 15, 20 years, it could be a good thing.
Okay.
I mean, I'll give him an ultimatum. Listen here, I'm giving you this ultimatum now, God.
Okay.
Well, if you dating somebody for 15 years, that ultimatum should have been on the table.
Yeah.
Listen, if you don't know what you want in 15 years, you still ain't gonna know what you want.
Okay. So that's interesting to say too, because I've had conversations where a guy can know within this period of time whether or not they want to be with the person for a little longer. What is that time frame, do you think?
I'll say 3 years or more.
So 3 years of dating?
3 years of dating, because like I said, it's different stages.
Okay.
Because that first year can be beautiful. That second year could be hell.
Okay.
And next year, can be beautiful again. But you gotta learn each other. Like, you know, as you get older, you have to learn you know what they want, what you want from her, what she want from you. You have to learn that, and that comes with time. You can't just automatically just be like, you know, this ain't back in the day, you know, when you dated for a year and you got married. Times change, you know. The values, the morals of relationship changes from back in the day also. So I feel as though if you don't know probably 2 or 3 years span that you want to marry that woman, then you ain't gonna never know.
Okay.
But it takes time because you want to learn.
I say less. And the reason why I say less, because if you really watch the signs, if you really, you know, study your mate, you know what I mean, then, you know, you should know if you want to be with this person, you know, for the long haul. And I'm gonna give myself an example. I'm gonna use myself an example. You know what I mean? I have dated for years, married this woman, and my marriage lasted 45 days. Wow. So that may not be the case. But you really watch the signs, and if you really be attentive, you know what I mean, study your mate, you know what I mean, you know, in tune with yourself, in tune with her. You'd be like, you know what? I know we only been dating for 4 or 6 months. You know, I'm in love with you. I care for you. I want to be with you. To me, I don't believe it should take no more. It shouldn't take 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean? You know, especially when you're older, when you really know what you want, and you found what you want. You're like, man, I ain't letting that go. Nah, you know, I'm good. You tell her, yo, listen, I need you to call all those dudes you was talking to. Tell them don't call your phone no more. You know, Lowe's on the scene.
Lowe's on the scene.
Put your mom on the phone.
Yeah, put your mom on the phone. Yeah,
Sherry said you need to see how they respond to life's pressures. Absolutely.
I agree.
How they go off. Crystal said changes will happen, especially growing pains. Someone else said 1 year. 1 year. Crystal said that's the kind of man needed for a child that doesn't have a dad around, one that wants to be a part of his life. Awesome. Okay. That was from part of the other conversation. So, okay. So like they do it like the piece of that studying your mate. And that's really important because if you're trying to be in a relationship with someone, really paying attention. It's like school.
Yeah, gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
How you graduate to different levels.
Because, all right, I'm trying to tell you, that year goes by so fast. Like I said, you want to know if that woman got your back 100%. You want, like you said, life. You want to know if they know how to handle the pressure with life and everything. If y'all can't, it's going to end in 45 days. Quick.
Yeah.
So you got to know what you're dealing with. You can't just hop and say, well, you know, I love you, you love me, and you know, just get married. No, you have to. All that. You have to learn all that. She had to know you have to know her. And that takes time. I'm not saying drawing out for 5 or 6 or 7 years. No. Give it 2, 3 most. If you don't know by that time, then hey.
Yeah, okay. Online dating, what's your thoughts?
Oh, internet something?
The way life is now, I'm not knocking it because you know you got COVID and you know, the scene ain't the same anymore. So I don't. It ain't for me, but I don't knock it. You know.
No, I mean I gotta agree with Todd. I don't knock it either. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, it's that cut to the chase dating. You know what I mean? I can read your profile. Swipe to the right. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? It's straight to the point. But I mean, I would not. Like I said, I don't agree with it because I'm a people person. So I like to be in someone's face. You know what I mean?
It's interesting. I think you're taking a chance either way, whether it's real life or it's online. You kind of really gauge the person a little bit better behind the preference of that platform. Again, I know some great people that have been married and are successful from online dating. I think I could never I couldn't take it seriously. Then they're like, try Christian Mingle or try this one. The same joke is on both them platforms.
Exactly. Listen, you got the internet pimping, you got the parking lot pimping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then
you meet them in the club, or meet them online.
It's so easy to pump your representative up because you can lie so easily on there. So that's why you got to be weird. Like it's I don't knock it, but it's dangerous at that because you don't know what's going on. You could be like, oh yeah, I'm a doctor, I'm a this and that, and then you see them like, no, I used to work for a doctor. I ain't say I was. You're like, man, you lying. Like now,
I've been to the doctor.
I got checked out. Yeah,
and that happens. That happens.
Yeah.
That happens.
They might lie how they look. You might have somebody else on there, and you see them like, oh,
you got somebody's profile picture. Yep.
You said you were 6 foot, man. You 4 foot. You know what I mean? So
that happens. Or you see them in public and it's not the real person, or it's something else going on.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
It's dangerous. So you gotta be careful.
So Todd, we got somebody that's praying for you, okay? They say I'm praying for
you.
Damn.
It's all in love. It's all in love.
Listen, you can pray.
Yes. Okay. So the theme for this month is finding love where you are. So kind of like knowing who you are before trying to engage in love, because those walls can be up based on past experiences and things of that sort. So what would be something for someone to be trying to learn about themselves or about relationships or just about people in general if they're interested in dating or going to marriage or different things of that path? What feedback would you have?
The feedback I would say is, know yourself, and don't be scared. You know what I mean? Don't be scared. Don't be scared to put yourself out there. If you try and it doesn't work, all right, cool. I'm gonna move on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna move on. But give as much as you get. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna give an example. If you say, hey, listen, I want to see you. I can't see you this week. Oh, yeah, all right, cool. You know what? I'm not even gonna bring that subject up no more. Give as much as you get. And, that could be a little soft shell for yourself. But just know yourself. Don't be scared to put yourself out there and see what happens. You know what I mean? So that's advice I would give.
Okay.
I would say love yourself. Love yourself.
Yeah.
Love you first. Because a man is not going to love you if you don't love yourself. How are they going to get to enjoy you or be with you if you don't love yourself? So I would definitely say, have fun, be you.
Yeah.
Be you all the time. You like to laugh, you like to do things, just continue to be you. Don't change. And if that person don't like you, somebody else don't like you.
It's good. It's good. Definitely loving yourself, because if not, you can't tell somebody else that you share. You can't tell somebody else how to love you. You don't first love yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay. $1 million question. What should take on females proposing to a man?
I hate it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm gonna turn it down. I'm like, nope, I don't want it. No, I'm old school. I think that's that's our job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got to agree with my homeboy over there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a bad look.
Yeah,
but I would never put my woman out there though. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, listen, I'm gonna help you save face. But when we get home, we're gonna talk about this.
I like that though.
You know what I mean?
Because that means that somebody that you really do care about that you're saving face for.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't do that. Don't.
Okay. So don't propose to the man. Don't propose to the man. So I feel like we did most of my questions. Y'all kind of hit the ground running rather.
That's
When
what
we
we
first
do.
started.
You know how we do.
I appreciate it. One of the main themes was definitely like communication piece. So my last thing I want to close with is honesty. Because sometimes we want to be honest about situations, but others can't always take all the honesty, or based on some experiences that one has been through, it could be overwhelming to the other person. So what's your take on honesty and how much to share, how soon to share, and just that whole thing? Because like if you reflect on your life and whatever baggage that you have, how quick are you to share that? And I say this, I guess, too, because I was watching Married at First Sight. My dear future husband will be like Chris, and they got married. Do y'all watch the show?
Yeah. A friend of mine was on the I think last season.
Okay. So in this episode, Chris, again, he's the worst example, but he is the guy who we're using again. They got married, and then she noticed that he had a tattoo, and she was like, "Oh, that's pretty new." He was like, "Yeah, I got it 2 days ago." She was like, "Oh," so apparently him and his ex-fiance had matching tattoos, so he got it covered up. I thought it was great that he did get it covered up, but it was just so much at one time within like the first 24 hours. And then was also within those 24 hours, he shared, "You were good on paper, but you're really not who I want to be with." And as amazing as that is for him to come forward and say that, other situations happened before he said that. So like they had relations and things of that sort because they're married. But now he's saying, "I don't want to be with you." So how honest should somebody be, and how quickly should their honesty come out?
Listen, I think someone should be honest straight from the door.
Okay.
You know, straight from the very first encounter. I believe you have to be honest. You know, I mean, what you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you how I am. I'm tell you what I expect. You know, I mean, if you don't want to be with this, cool. You know, I mean, I'll talk to you later, or I'll see you in passing. But you know, I believe you should be totally honest, straight from the door. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's always be honest, but watch how honest you are, because you don't want to be too brutally honest where you just like sound like you don't care. Okay. And, you know, women can pick up on that quick, like, man, you just, you know. So it's to the person's comfortability of how honest and how soon. But with Married from First Sight, you know, what you expect? It ain't no time or room to like give time to be honest. It's like, boom, this is what I did, this what happened, boom, this is all getting shoved in your face. So that's why, you know, it's time. Like you gotta take time and, you know, figure it out before you be like, all right, be honest with that.
So I'm gonna go to the brutal part. He was a little brutal. I was overwhelmed for Paige, and I felt bad for her. And now they're still trying to figure it out. I can't wait to see what happens in this week's episode. But it's a lot. I get it, you know, being honest. Shanika said honesty is good. Timing and presentation plays a part. So knowing how to share, sharing it in good, you know, not like rose-colored glasses, but like saying, okay, so this is who I am, but not like take it or leave it. Because some things, you know, we can work on, compromise and things of that sort, but some things are really deal breakers and things of that sort. So yes, be sincere and not brutal with honesty. Thank you. That's good. Be sincere and not brutal. Mm-hmm. Yes, and Crystal said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So again, when you're sharing those things in, putting it out there, making sure that you are saying it in the best of what you can. I mean, some of it is really, it's an apple. I can't sugarcoat it. It's just an apple, not a candy apple. It's an apple. But again, knowing that balance with it. So what are some pieces that you would like to leave our viewers with as it relates to the feedback of the brother, letting us know how to find love where we are?
What I would leave is Never stop searching on who you are and what you're looking for. Always grow, always look for growth, and have fun. Life is short. Have fun.
Okay.
Try to leave all the grudges behind, all of the toxic relationships, the bad karma, leave all that in the past. Look to be happy, period.
Okay.
I would say don't search. Like, don't be in the lurking or looking like, where is he? Where is he? Where is she? Like
trolling. Don't be trolling.
Yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's like I said, and sometimes it could be in front of your face. But you gotta give it time. You gotta relax. You gotta have fun. Like my man said, have fun, relax, and then you'll see eventually. Like, oh, okay, boom, there she go, or there he go. Like, but have fun. Don't. Everybody's so worried about their type. Everybody got a type. Oh, he ain't this. Or he ain't that.
Mm-hmm.
When you fall into that category, then you're gonna start getting these detailed men or detailed women that you don't like. And you're gonna be like, well, maybe if I would look for that, let me look for this thing. Don't look for nothing. Just have fun, be you. That person gonna reach out and it's gonna be in front of your face.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. This was good. I enjoyed it. Very insightful, getting the male's perspective and things that sort of wisdom and guidance. And again, you take the meat, you spit out the bone. With those pieces that apply to you, you carry them with you. But it was still some good pieces that were shared of how to, one, be true to yourself, how to have fun, how to not search, but be genuine, be honest. Ask questions, because if you are finding that you're in a situation and it's not going anywhere where you feel it's going, you can have that conversation about, okay, well, what is this, to know whether or not you should get out of the situation or remain in the situation, which also speaks to that comfortable or that commitment or that settling piece of knowing where you find yourself on that spectrum. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you again.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So sorry. Yes. Bye. That's what you were saying. Bye.
That was it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Carlow and Todd. Talk to you guys later.
All right, now.
Goodness gracious. Thanks so much to Todd and to Carlow for sharing with us on tonight for our Finding Love Where You Are, bruh segment. I hope you all enjoyed that. Again, our quote of the day is, Shanika, as you said, the word of the day is coward. The biggest coward of a man is to awaken the love of a woman without the intention of loving her. And that was by Bob Marley. Today was good. I have some announcements for you. You stayed to find out. Hope you did. So first, next week, we are going to have Married with Children. We have the Pratts and the Goldsmiths. They have over 64 years of wisdom that they're going to share with us. And I am truly, truly excited for them to join us on next week. So be sure to tune in. So I have a question. Actually, So next month, we're going to do a Why Not series. Would you like to know who we have coming? Drop down in the comments, yes or no. Let me see. Who wants to know? Do y'all want to know who we have coming? I mean, we have 2 more sessions for February, but anybody want to know what's happening in March? If you want to know, put down in the comment yes, and I'm going to show y'all who's coming in March. Anybody? Give y'all a couple seconds. If not, I'll tell y'all next week. Do you want to know? Oh, yes. Okay. We got another yes. Can I get another yes? Oh, okay. Y'all, they came in. All right. So check out who we got coming next month. Here we go right here. Bam. Hey, it's your girl, Jen Cares. and I want to invite you to join me for our March Why Not series. Join us on Monday, March 1st, as we will have Marquise Coates, founder of Tools for Success, as we explore what's in your toolbox. Tune in on Monday, March 8th, as we will learn how to fulfill our purpose with Philia Simp, founder of the Fulfill Company. We will then have author Althea Hannah on Monday, March 15th. Don't give up. Dr. Wesley Proctor, the nonprofit expert, will be back on Monday, March 22nd with the steps for you to start the business. We will close out on Monday, March 29th with life coach Dr. Naya El-Amin with the theme, You Can Do It. So tune in on Facebook Live or on YouTube by searching Chosen Counselors on Mondays at 8 p.m. Be sure to mark your calendars and tell a friend, as this Gen Care series is brought to you by Chosen Counselors. Woo-hoo. So that's going to be amazing. That's all y'all got. So y'all excited. I'm excited too. But the news you've been waiting for. Last week we talked about having a day of empowerment. And guess what? It's booked. Bam. Join us for a day of empowerment. On Saturday, May 15th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., it's going to be virtual. I have secured 9 phenomenal guests, and it's going to be good. I'm going to host this my birthday weekend. So as a gift to me, do me a favor and purchase a ticket or two. This is a fundraiser for Chosen, and I am so excited because it's going to continue to help us to bring good news to you. So please be sure to tune in because it's coming. This day of empowerment is for our sisters and our brothers. It's for everybody. We have a men's panel. We have a women's panel to share nuggets for each as it relates to whatever the topics that, we'll pull out of their hat. I am so very excited. Also, let me see in the comments. Yes, great lineup for March. We still got a great lineup for this month too. So y'all be sure to come back. We have 2 more weeks. Nice. Oh, see, I bring y'all good people. I try. So another thing I wanted to share is that I have shared this in my outro video about me being on a podcast. And I have finally released one of the episodes today. Still working it out, trying to figure out how I best want to do it. But be sure to tune in. We're on Anchor, Spotify, Pocket Cast, Breaker, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Really excited about that venture. You'll hear some of the shows that we have had, but then I also throw in some surprises every now and then. So thank you all so much for joining in. Again, tickets are live tonight as of 9 p.m. So you head right on over to Eventbrite. I didn't share that part. And just search Chosen Counselors and purchase your ticket today. It's going to be amazing. Oh, it's going to be amazing. So be sure to support. That is everything that I have. I love you all so much. I thank you all so much for tuning in. I can't do it without you. So I appreciate you. I'm not sure who all views. I see some of the comments that come through, but when I come back to share messages or thank you and things of that sort, again, I truly appreciate each and every one of you to help Gen Cares be such a great success. So thank you so much again for joining us. I love you all for real. Until next time.